Glad to have you with us from Seattle. A perfect evening for college football where they're chanting, "Go Huskies," and it's reverberating across all of the boats on Lake Washington as this purple-clad crowd is ready to get another season of Husky football started. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles. And the Huskies ready to get this thing started and open the season. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Seminoles offense will start this game off. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Give to the running back. At the 35, he's got room. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The play-action fake. Starts to scramble to the left. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just ran over it. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. It's Brown. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the PAT makes it 7-0. These guys set all of these goals for the season. Then to come out and say, here we are, this is how it is. That was impressive.
And Reese, we thought this offense could be very potent this season. And they've got some skilled players, and they've got some dudes that are going to scare opposing defenses. Defenses out there for the rest of this season better take notice. I know this game is early, but you can see the talent they have on offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Washington Huskies offense will have its first possession of the game. And the spotlight in this game will undoubtedly be on these star wide receivers, David.
I mean, they're featured, Reese. Like, these guys are going to touch the football a lot. These offenses are built to get them the football, to make plays. We're in for a few catches today, Paul.
We sure are. When you can get open like these guys can, when you have the speed to take the top off of the defense, you know you're going to see a lot of explosive plays today.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Pocket starts to collapse. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Running it back, it's Brown. Slips through the line. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Noles. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. And the opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkill. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here, putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The handoff as they run the counter play here. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
The counter play is a great play to mix in with your base concepts. Obviously, everybody flies to the football, bang. Now you pull a guy, you go backside, give him a little counter, keep the defense off balance.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
Washington has a lot of things working. Set up with another 1st down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Makes a man miss. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. The Huskies pick up the 1st down.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, you talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had, these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Trying to get rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. They're trying to get to it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Fires to the wideout. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Huskies!
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Makes a move. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. He will score! Touchdown, Florida State! That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Grabbed behind the line. It's O'Brien. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. Looking for a block. It's Brown. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Smashes through. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking for the score. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Caught behind the line. It's O'Brien. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He gets a block. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The offense starts with a short field. Wants to throw on first down. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll run play action. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Noles! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's going to have to step up and make...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The screen, by definition, is slow developing. That was just a little too slow.
Yeah, quarterback just held on to it a split second too long. You want to invite the rush to you as a quarterback when you're executing that play, but You've got to be able to get rid of it, and you've got to be able to negotiate the rush and somehow, some way, find a way to get that receiver or running back the ball in his hands, and the QB couldn't get it done.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. He'll bring it back. It's Brown. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Final play of the quarter coming. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to fire deep. And he's got it inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida State. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started. And we'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They're lining up to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. And more yards after contact. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Inside the 25. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the offense. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. They knock him down right there.
I love defenses that can game tackle. How about the defense getting a lot of hats to the football? That receiver's a fast dude. But this defense, they've got a lot of teams beat themselves, and they showed it right there.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. So close to a touchdown, but just out of bounds on the left sideline in the end zone. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The give to the tailback. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give from the gun. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He lets one fly deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Here's the handoff. And it's slipped out. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Offense set on first down. They'll run it. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
The give out of the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Now the pitch. Oh, he left him grabbing. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
And his throw is incomplete.
You got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Power football with the run. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. He's got 50 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Here's the punt, and whether it goes 3 yards or 93 yards, just don't let that return guy get it again. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
Finds his man. It's Wolf. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to go deep. And he'll make the catch at the 15. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Noles! And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
You're going to have Nole Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The run to the left. Not much room there. They'll give him one to the 9.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
These corners going to give these receivers some space. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Washington sends out the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. On the return, it's Brown. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Tackled immediately after the catch. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Washington right back to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Bringing it back, it's Brown. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football and elevate with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. That's such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got his man in the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's